Morning, y'all. We about to react to some Life is Strange shit. This was supposed to happen last week, but had Family Matters. Then we had Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there in the world, the good ones. And yeah, we about to get into this shit. You already know what to do. So, I missed out on some Life is Strange shit. I didn't miss out on it, but I was holding off on it. As I said in one of my previous Life is Strange reaction videos, pretty much we're getting this, the Life is Strange Double Exposure, as well. We're trying to finish the pretty much the older Life is Strange games. Right now we working on finishing Life is Strange 2. Gotta get the rest of those videos uploaded, as well as the Life is Strange in the colors, some shit like that. So yeah, got 3 different videos. It looked like it's 2 interviews and then 1 like extended gameplay video. So yeah, we about to knock these out, and then after that we probably about to knock out some flight videos. I know I'm at least like 2-3 videos behind, so I may or may not catch it up today, due to the fact that the last time I uploaded, I fucked the videos up that I uploaded. Sorry about that, guys, by the way. I had fucking gameplay shit in the background. So yeah, gonna try not to do that shit again. But yeah, let's get into this shit.
Give me the Cliff Notes version of what we're actually here to see.
A bunch of little pieces of a shattered asteroid.
From 11 million miles away.
Bluetooth pairing.
Hold on, y'all. Something don't look too right. Damn, okay, I see. It might be a little bit of a cutoff due to the sides. It's not being like fully matched. God damn. What the hell? Alright, hopefully this works when I full screen it. Alright, let's get it.
This is what I get for introducing you to. Wow. So, should we be worried about this crazy asteroid hitting Earth?
Not in our lifetime. And it'll probably disintegrate before it reaches the surface.
All right, Max. You have 24 hours before the world ends. What would you do?
Oh shit.
Oh, I'm documenting that shit. Can you imagine how cool an apocalypse photo set would be?
Oh my god. This again? Nobody would see it. I'm telling you, art requires an audience. Otherwise, it's just...
Okay, jeez. Agree to disagree.
It looked like she living in a small town road again.
Quiet over there, Murph.
Small town city.
Weigh in?
Oh, I wasn't listening. But, hey, looks like the equipment's working.
Eek. Why am I not at home wrapped up in a blanket burrito right now?
I don't know. Me and Moses out in town without you? Think of the wild times you would have missed.
Lakeport's most notorious party animals.
No. I heard through the grapevine that they might let you
I brought cups.
use your decisions based off. I'm trying not to cut their ass off, but based off of pretty much what happened, how you finished your last Life is Strange, and they might connect the
I
shit.
don't work in this building. Don't blame me for the astronomy department's bad taste.
Mine says I'm the world's horniest grandma.
Grab a mug, Max.
I can't believe they letting us see so much
1
gameplay.
out of 2.
I high-key don't want to see this.
I have some good news. It's big, but I can't tell you what it is.
You can't tell us you have good news and then...
I don't want to say anything else until everything is finalized.
Mysterious. Well, whatever we're celebrating, I think it calls for a selfie.
Oh, I just got this camera and I want to get some good use out of it.
What should we say?
Damn, I think I have hypothermia.
Moses
has
hypothermia.
I've got incoming.
What in the world?
I'm gonna, do my thing.
Good news, huh?
You two and your secrets. How you ever hold a conversation with each other is beyond me.
I'm dying to know what Sophie's good news is.
Man, this shit crazy. So, they about to really, just literally show us gameplay of the game? I mean, I could understand if they showed us, clips and shit, but they literally showing us a whole fucking, scene.
Maybe I can somehow convince her to spill.
What the fuck is happening?
I love how Moses always looks so passionate about his work, even when he's just crunching numbers. Hey, Moses, casually lean on the telescope.
I might knock it over.
Pretend.
Alright, you see some different contacts in her new updated phone.
Hey, Sophie. Find anything poemable?
The moon? Kind of. Though I'd hardly be the first. Carl Sandburg called it a friend for the lonesome to talk to.
Pretty. I haven't seen a moon this bright outside of Oregon.
Oh, a Max biography nugget. Those are rare.
Fuck Arcadia Bay.
You never really talk about why you came here.
You already know. Your mom threw me a lifeline. Pulled me out of freelance hell.
One of these days, I'm gonna find out what you're running from, Max Caulfield. That's a promise.
Okay, spill. What's the news?
No chance. That vault is closed.
You're killing me here. Are you really gonna keep secrets from your dear friend Max?
You're one to talk, my dear.
Okay, I'll leave you to your muse.
Look like they ain't gonna make it easy for these motherfuckers to crack in here and snitch on themselves.
Hey, Moses. Doesn't some small part of you want to know what Sophie's good news is?
All right. I think I have an idea. But once we go down this road, we can't turn back.
Okay.
Give this to Safi, if you can. You'll probably have to trick her into taking it or plant it on her.
Like a prank?
No. This has rules. So it's more of a game. Whoever holds the bottle cap has to do whatever you say. Well, within reason.
Moses, I have literally never wanted to play a game more in my entire life.
You say that now, but Safi has a very loose definition of within reason. And she'll come for you next.
Okay, wish me luck.
What the fuck is there to hide about a fucked up Arcadia Bay unless there's some weird shit going on?
Okay, how am I going to plant this on Safi? Since Safi hasn't quit smoking yet, maybe I can use it.
Alright, this is what we gonna do, cause ain't no way in hell we about to just watch all this gameplay, y'all. Like, it's definitely cool and all, but I don't want to see all of this. For the people who did see all of this, good for y'all, but I don't want to see all of it due to the fact that I don't want to ruin shit that I want to like feel like it's brand new to me. I don't want to be like, oh, I already seen this. Like, you feel me? So we're gonna get into the interviews. So the person who plays Max, let's get into her shit.
I'm Hannah Tell, and I play Max Caulfield in Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Damn, that's crazy.
Hannah, I'm so thrilled that you are back as Max Caulfield in Life is Strange Double Exposure. This is what we've been waiting for. How does it feel for you to return to Max? Probably a lot of emotions, underplay.
Yeah, so many emotions. It's an incredible feeling, and in a certain way, it feels like I'm coming home. I love Max so much, and we have so much in common, and my experience playing her the first time around was so formative in my life. It's a real honor to get to come back and expand on her story.
How did things feel this time around versus portraying the character in 2015?
Well, she's grown up so much. She was in high school in the first game, and now she's, out of her college years. She has a somewhat prestigious position as an artist in residence at this amazing university, and she has this whole amazing future ahead of her in terms of her artist career as a photographer. And I think that that's really given her a sense of purpose that's motivated her to kind of shed some of the shyness, parts of her introversion that held her back. I think that she's kind of grown out of that. She's more comfortable with who she is, and she feels like, hey, this is who I'm supposed to be.
Be safe, yeah?
When am I not?
She's been suppressing her powers while on the road. And now she's this artist in residence at Caledon in Vermont. Does she still feel like she
went from Oregon to Vermont? And Lord knows, ooh, Lord, I don't even want to tell y'all about this Vermont thing, but hold on. Oregon to Vermont. Max tweaking.
needs to suppress them, or why did she feel like she needed to suppress them?
Well, the powers resulted in ultimate devastation in her life and everyone's life around her, and even like the space-time continuum with the weather-related phenomenons that were taking place because of her using this power. So she feels like this is like a deadly weapon. It's not something that she's gonna ever want to use again, and also it really sets her apart from having a normal life and having normal relationships with people. So I think she's put that away very confidently, and is very hesitant about ever tapping back into that side of herself again. She doesn't know what could happen. It could even kill her to try to use her powers again.
Whoa.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah. We've caught up with who Max Caulfield is now. What has she been doing in the time between the events of Arcadia Bay to now?
Well, she's been on the road. She doesn't feel comfortable in any one place, and she's living like a nomadic lifestyle, taking photographs of abandoned, lonely spaces. For some reason, anything that's desolate or stark and intense really draws her eye, and she likes to photograph that, and she's made a bit of a name for herself by photographing these types of images. And she searches for them and stays in hotels and hangs out in local watering holes and just kind of absorbs the slice of life of each little town that she's been in. And now she's in a new environment with all new people and a new job responsibility.
And new powers too, right?
New powers.
Can you talk about that a little bit? Because fans of the original game, we love the rewind power. You know, we were turning back time, but now time is moving in a different direction.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, as Max has evolved, her powers have evolved. She didn't use that power for a really long time, understandably, because it creates so much devastation. So it atrophied and it adapted into some.
So I would think that. I don't know what her new power is, but they are not speaking on Chloe, and I don't know. I guess we gonna tough it out to see if they gonna speak on Chloe, but something ain't right. Cause like I said, I've heard through the grapevine that it's a possible. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say Chloe's gonna be in exposure, but it gotta be like some type of clips or some shit in the beginning, so where like it shows or explains Chloe's disappearance, depending on your choices, whether if you kept her alive or if you saved Arcadia Bay, in Life is Strange with Max and Chloe and shit. So I don't know.
Something different.
What if I told you there's this other timeline where Safi is alive and I can travel between this timeline and that one?
So she has a supernatural ability to move between the timelines, see the timeline where Safi is still alive,
Yes.
go into the one where she's dead, talk to people.
Yes, exactly. She has a unique position to figure out what's really going on in this terrible situation of Safi's death.
So I know you're a true crime.
What's really going on?
She's dead. Ability to move
Alive. And I can travel between this timeline and that one.
So she has a supernatural ability to move between the timelines, see the timeline where Safi is still alive,
Yes.
go into the one where she's dead, talk to people.
Yes, exactly. She has a unique position to figure out what's really going on in this terrible situation of Safi's death.
So I know you're a true crime fan. So when
Yeah.
you got the call of, hey, we want you to come back and play Max and solve this mystery, where were you? What was going through your head when you finally learned the news?
Well, I was still in school. I was studying neuroscience. I was trying to prepare to take calculus. I had to have 2 different tutors. It was a horrible situation.
2 timelines, 2 tutors.
2 timelines, 2 tutors, 1 mystery, 1 failing grade. But I got the call, and it was just like such an amazing rescue from my math phobia. It was the producer and the performance director telling me, and I just sobbed into the phone.
Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
As you can probably tell, the fan base, myself included, have a very personal relationship with Max. How does it feel for you personally knowing the impact that you've made on fans in the community?
It's just unbelievable to be playing a part that resonated with someone, so many people. It makes me feel so validated and so honored and so grateful. There are so many fans of this game that have created this really loving community where they share their art and they pour their time and energy into creating gorgeous artwork or really intricate creative cosplays. Tattoos. It's etched on their skin permanently because the game changed them, and the game changed me too. So I feel very connected to them, and it moves me to tears all the time.
Let's thrash, Chaka Bra.
Okay.
What the
Let's
hell?
pretend you said something normal, but basically that.
And it's not often that an actor gets to reprise a character. Was that something that you, from a physical perspective, from a performance perspective, had to take into account? Because, back in 2015, you were portraying a teenage Max versus Life is Strange Double Exposure was an adult Max. Did you have to change your voice or pitch?
Yes, well, my voice kind of stayed the same, but Max's voice matured and got a bit more deeper and more grounded in its tone and her posture.
Bruh, they are not giving. I don't know. It's like it. I feel like it's a certain type of. There's some certain details that I would like to hear. I can't explain it my damn self, but I'm not hearing this shit. A 15-minute Oh, Lord. Okay. We're gonna listen to a little bit of what the hell going on in this director's interview and see what they talking about.
Murder mysteries, a narrative genre full of thrilling stories and intense action, scattered with red herrings and the inevitable climactic twist. But what happens when elements of the supernatural become involved, making the mystery at hand seemingly impossible to solve? And how do you write something so complex? I'm chatting with game director Jonathan Stouter and narrative director Felice Kwan to learn how they crafted Life is Strange Double Exposure's supernatural murder mystery. Jonathan and Felice, it is so wonderful to be here with you.
So as well as seemed like this new girl or whatever that was a friend of
Life is
Max's.
Strange Double Exposure.
It's definitely been exciting.
I guess she just gonna die regardless,
Talk
y'all,
about,
and we just gotta
what
figure it
we're
out.
working on these past few years, and we get to talk more about the game today.
Niggas always
We are
dying.
excited for fan theories about what's going on in the trailer.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of theories. Trust me, because a mystery is afoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is the core premise of the game.
Right. But not just a murder mystery, it's a supernatural murder mystery. What initially starts as a whodunit in terms of the crime very quickly becomes a how could this have even happened? How is this even possible sort of crime? And then you, as the player, as Max, are uniquely suited to use your time powers to solve this crime.
Oh, can you tell me about Max, who she is and why she has time powers?
Right, so Max Caulfield, famous photographer, artist in residence at Caledon University, which is the setting of our game.
She's come to Caledon University to start afresh, to build a life that's separate from a past that she doesn't really want to think about anymore. But unfortunately for her, this mystery lands in her lap.
So Felice, can you set the scene for us? Because we've got mysterious pasts at play, but then also this is a very unusual murder mystery, right?
Right. So it is almost holiday break, dead of winter. Max walks up a hill and finds her friend Safi dead in the snow, seconds after seeing Safi talking on the phone. There are no footprints, there's no weapon. Police are completely stumped as to how it could have happened.
So there's not really any evidence or leads to go by. How do you solve a murder mystery like this? What tools might you have?
Luckily, Max unlocks a supernatural ability. She is able to shift from the current timeline into a parallel timeline where her friend Safi is alive. And fans of the first game will recognize this as kind of an evolution of her rewind power. And why exactly that has happened is at the heart of the story.
What the hell was that?
So my understanding is there are two timelines at play here, one in which Safi is still alive, and the other, she's been murdered. If I'm Max, why don't I just stay in the timeline where she's still alive?
Because Max will very quickly discover the killer is still at large in the timeline where Safi is alive. And so, using her new supernatural abilities, Max will have to both solve and prevent the same crime across two timelines.
So we're dealing with two timelines and a race against time to stop the killer before they kill again. This seems like it was very complicated to write.
It was really complicated. It was also very interesting because Max meets essentially two versions of every person that she's investigating, two versions of the environment, and these will both differ in ways that are significant because of Safi's death.
That's raw though.
It is also kind of bittersweet because even the people that Max is growing closer to, like Moses, there's two versions of him as well, and she needs to navigate that.
Can you tell us a bit more about Moses?
Yeah. So Moses is Safi's best friend, and he's an astrophysicist at this college. And because of his science background, he might be the only person who can help Max understand what's going on with her powers. And the two of them grow closer through this investigation. But Max has to wrestle with if she's ready to open up and tell someone about her powers for the first time in years.
Now, Jonathan, I can imagine that the multiple timelines.
All right, and we've seen the scene where she was telling dude.
What can we expect?
Well, so Max's ability to shift between the two timelines open up a whole slew of new gameplay possibilities for us. And so Max will be navigating between different versions of the same space impacted by Safi's death, and she'll be able to use these powers to circumnavigate puzzles, discover clues about suspects she might not otherwise have access to, in addition to navigating these different relationships in each space.
Oh, so like maybe in one timeline a door is closed, in another it's been unlocked, but it sort of depends on how you play the game, right?
Right.
Or Max can make sure that it is unlocked.
Oh, now we're learning. I'm going to write this down in advance. And you mentioned earlier that this is described as a quote-unquote impossible murder that only Max can solve. Why is that?
Because Max can talk to the murder victim. She's the only person who can do that, and it's her relationship with Safi that's the key to solving it.
Safi's alive.
Max, are you okay? It kind of seems like you're on drugs.
Huh? Oh. No, I'm just really happy you're here with me. And your mom.
So, drugs then.
So let's talk about Max's incredible new ability to bend time. Give us the lowdown on that.
Right, so Max has the ability to tear the fabric between these two timelines and instantaneously travel between them. We call it shifting.
That's a lot of responsibility, and that's a lot of power.
Yeah.
Where does it come from? Because we know Max to have had powers in the past, right?
Now,
Yeah, she actually does not have.
alright, so that's enough. So for what I'm getting out of this, Lord, that girl about to be jumping through time, and it's gonna be that shit like, if any of y'all, you know, Flash fans, watch the CW Flash at that, you know, when you change the timeline, it causes a whole fucking shift, and it can, like, pretty much alternate timelines can definitely fuck up your primary timeline, I should say. So I don't know if that's going to be happening in this game, but from what it sounded like, it seemed as if she got to do shit in the alternate timeline to prevent shit from happening in the primary timeline or some shit like that. I'm confused. Or vice versa. Or because you change the shit in the alternate timeline, it might fix the primary timeline, which that does not happen in the Flash. And you actually have to choose, like, staying in the timeline or not. And then once you figure out you can't stay in the alternate timeline, you gotta go to the primary timeline and just pretty much deal with what the fuck happened. So I don't know. So this is definitely gonna be a very mysterious game, guys. And with that being said, we are gonna leave off on that note and continue to be curious fans of Life is Strange. So, I hope you guys liked the video. Benzy the fuck out. We was on the block, trying to cop, older niggas, trying to stop, how we living, they was giving, nothing but blurry visions, you know niggas, we don't listen, we was hoeing, stopping visions, now we missing, all the gang, 103rd, lane to fame, we just want that money, man, just touching base, our roles the same, I just came to bring the heat, my wife, my sis, they on they feet.